Good evening, my good friends or good viewers. Today again, we are going to discuss with each other. Especially today, I'm going to invite your attention towards a very crucial question and which relates to all of us. The question is that what are those factors which binds our human society? I had gone through this question. I was very puzzled. I feel puzzled to how to find the answer, the possible answer of this question, that what are those factors which binds our human society. A few days ago, I was writing an article about this question. I had focused three factors which, according to me, binds our human society. And the first factor is, according to me, is law, the factor of law. The other second factor is religion. And the third factor is morality. So, in order to save our society, in order to save each other from going towards anarchism and chaos and disorder, we must consider this. And this is for the well-being and welfare of all of us. The first factor which I'm going to point out is the factor of law. As you know, all of us, we live in a human society. Every society has a rule and regulation, a set of law, a set of constitution in order to regulate their conduct, their day-to-day conduct, in order to keep these people in control, in order to not let them go astray. So law is a very important factor. As you know, every state has four ingredients. The first ingredient is territory. The second ingredient is government. The third ingredient is sovereignty. And the fourth ingredient is government. So without territory where we live, there must be a piece of land, a piece where we can inhabit, where we can live, where the people walks freely in a certain piece of land. Territories must for formation of any state. The second ingredient is government. There must be an agency through which the state acts and speaks. And this agency is called the government. There must be a government, a governing body, a certain people who should rule, whether the government can be a democracy, it can be dictatorship, it can be a tyranny, it can be autocracy, it can be a monarchy. So, but the government is much necessary. The third ingredient is sovereignty. Without sovereignty, the government cannot exercise its power. cannot assert itself, it cannot influence, it cannot take the obedience and allegiance of the people. So, sovereignty, in order that the outside world, the international community recognize you, you must have sovereignty. The fourth ingredient is that is people. There must be a people, a set of people, a population on whom, for whom all these rules and regulation can be conducted. Now, I'm coming back to the main point that law, people regulate law. Sometimes people themselves enact law, legislate law. Sometimes the law was imposed on them from above. The law was given to them that you should obey this law. If you will not obey, then the transgressor will be punished. So the punishment is prescribed in a penal form. The people must obey the law. If you transgress, if you commit you will be punished. So when we see that in every society there are laws, a certain set of rules and regulation, but still, why we see crimes, why we see disorder in society, why the law fails to regulate them, fails to control their conduct. So we at once come to know that the people, those stronger people, those influential people, they transgress the law, they violate the law, they get free. Even the law cannot touch them. So here it indicates that law also fails, one of the main factors. The other factor is religion. Religion is the command, sanction, or command of the Almighty or divinely command, which is given by God through their prophets, through their intermediaries, and given in order that the people should profess their life. Religion say, you shall not kill, you shall not steal, you shall not violate the right of another citizen. There are many, many commandments which sets in order to regulate our conduct. So, the religion, we see that day and night the people are asking for forgiveness. They are praying, they are pardoning themselves, they violate the religious commandment. In law, if you violate the law, you will be punished according to the laws of the land. But if you violate the religious law or commandment, you will be punished. That is sin, and the sinner will be punished in next world. So we see that the people don't care, don't bother to profess and to perform their religious duty. We see in our society, again, we come to the conclusion that religion also fails to keep in harmony our society. The third factor is morality. Morality. Yes, morality or ethics. Morality is not obligatory upon us. Moral law tell us morality. What is morality? Morality is a set of values we set for ourselves. We forms a value that this is a value, and like morality says that honor your father, honor your mother, respect the children, respect the elders, give the needy a due share. So there are many moral codes and obligation we imposed upon ourselves in order to keep our society in harmony. So when and we see throughout the history that those two which I mentioned earlier factor, the law and religion, failed. Day and night the people are violating the rules and regulation, the religious rules and regulation, the legal rules and regulation. So now the third only remaining factor remains, that is ethics and morality. Morality is the only hope, I think personally, that we should bind ourselves before our own conscience so that we keep the balance of society. Morality is not obligatory upon you. You can give anybody respect or not respect. This is up to you. There is no force and compulsion behind it. But morality, we, according to our conscience, according to our own dictum of our conscience, we bind ourselves. We make ourselves under obligation to fulfill this moral values and laws. So this is very important. Behind morality there is no force, no compulsion. You can do it. You ought to do it. This is up to you. You can be a good moral agent. Respect the elders, give the needy people, help the people. Our society, we see, in our society, we see a lot of suffering, pains, miseries all around us. So, we, as a conscious being, we must realize and we should bind ourselves that we have to pay our obligation. We have to discharge our obligation towards another fellow citizen. Otherwise, the society will go towards barbarianism, towards destruction. We will go back to the prehistoric time. So man lives in society together. They are in need of each other. And this moral law gives us a hint, a rules, a way that we should help each other so that the smooth movement of society goes forward, and we should not indulge in a